Hello, how are you? Um, it has been a day of revelation, I'll tell you that much. I've been resting all day and just taking it easy. It's been Sabbath yesterday. We're officially into Sunday, so it's no longer the Sabbath. I looked at the clock, right? It's 22 seconds of broadcasting. Um, yeah, it's a very, very, very eye-opening day on many, many levels. Like a lot of my life, I've worried that I was the problem. I'm not the problem. You know, I never believed I was the problem, but I always worried that I was the problem. I'm not the problem. I've been afraid because of everybody saying that I don't understand things because everybody treats me like I'm fucking stupid. I'm not stupid and I understand everything perfectly. And it benefits people that I don't know that. Not, you know what I mean? That I don't know. And I'm processing. Oh wow, shadow cakewalk bundle. Okay. Now I've got songs and music from like 2000 and before, possibly. I mean, because some of the music was written before then, and I sketched it out in 2000 because I had the DR5 drum machine, and so I would track them out. We were working with Zygote, and there were a lot of reject songs from Zygote because I write fairly constantly. And I wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about writing, singing, all that stuff. From writing fairly constantly, so everything that got rejected from Zygote, I just stash over as my solo project, which I was going by Prophet's Eyes. Instead of Prophesize, Prophesize, Prophet's Eyes. And my brother had a song. Well, the band they did. There's a line there. Now I close my eyes to see beyond, just prophesy. And I thought I said to see beyond through prophet's eyes. I was like, fuck, that's dope. That's a dope ass line. And then I asked him, he's like, no. I'm like, that's mine then. No, to prophesy. I was like, okay. So prophet's eyes is mine. And so I was using that, but it just seemed like cocky, you know? It was a dope name, you know, but it seemed like maybe I was trying to prophesy. I wasn't trying, but I just thought it was a cool name, Prophet's Eyes. You know, the eyes of a prophet. I could see how people think that I was trying to assume that, you know, that I have prophet's eyes now. So when my daughter was born in 2000, like I said, about 6 months, she was already like, hey, just saying stuff like just nonstop. Like I said, if you don't, when she was awake, she was talking. Like if you don't go into fucking something where you talk for a living, oh my God. You have thoughts in there, kid. They sound cool. Unfortunately, the sound I'm making is actually tied to a language. It's not just sound. You know? So I can only imagine the conversations both of them can hold because they both were like that, very young. They thought they understood sound to communicate. These people are communicating, they're making sound. I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah, they are. And they understood the bo da ba ba. You know, it's not just da 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 or ba ba, but they understood. Well, wow, man, there's da lo da lo. They had all that. Very, very young, which was really cool. Like I said, because both of them just went, like I said, I was talking to them, like I was holding them like this, I'm like, ba, ba, la, la, da, da. And like they both like leaned back and looked in my mouth. I'm like, the first one, I didn't see it coming. I was like, yeah, la, la, da, see, and pow. I could freak out right now and go, ah, you know, and then freak her out. Make her go wash her hands first. Then she's got like a fucking constant compulsion, you know, that she doesn't know where it comes from. Or I could just let her curiosity and then like go get a tetanus shot. You know what I mean? Nice heaping dose of penicillin. Cure that finger shit that she's got on her. So my son came back as soon as he did the lean back. I was like, oh no. And before I could do it, just just fast, just wow. What is that? What is that? Do that again? La la. Oh shit! La la ba do 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 la la ba. Yeah, that's what you guys are doing. Oh, let me in on this. No, 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 no. I don't know. I don't know. But those don't make any sense. Mine do. How about that? That's not fair. That's not fair. But you better learn now at 6 months. Life is not fucking fair. Oh, shit. But yeah. No, today I was learning about, I was thinking about music, and so I'm always thinking about music, but I just had like a lot of kind of revelatory stuff. I was watching River Crombie performing Heart Shaped Box, and so I sang along. But I found like a while back that if you're trying to find your voice and or singing along with music, the best thing to do would be to try and find a harmony note and build your line. The sooner you can do that, you sing along with someone so you can follow, and if you can't go as high as them, pick a different path. Doesn't mean it's not good. Doesn't mean it's not good. If they go above your range, just figure out how you can either drop it down, or instead of going up, you go, or not go as far. If they go, somewhere around there. Don't go as far. And it causes a harmony. Like Chris Cornell said, keep it off my wave. I don't mind you guys singing along. Could you try not to sing my part? One, you don't have a lot of timing. No offense, but you don't. You don't have a musician's timing. And your clapping is kind of throwing things off. The drummers do, and and people are not clapping at the right time, and he's trying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, We like it when you're, but if you can't do that, you're actually causing a distraction. It really is, because it's you wouldn't understand, and the other people have to hear that. And if you're the drummer and you got something that throws you off of that 1, 2, 3, 4, and that the 1, 2, 1, fuck, you see how quickly I just threw everything off, and everybody else is kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And it can be as easy as a fucking flashing strobe that's constant in a different time. They put they wanted a strobe light, so they fucking put a strobe light in my fucking kick drum. And they didn't want it to like really, but they wanted to be whatever. So as I'm looking down in my snare, there's just, no matter what the beat was. And so like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, no, it's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2. Like, fuck, you know what I mean? Beep, beep, beep is way more controlling. Like a computer draws your attention because it's steady and it's rock solid than whatever tempo you're going to have. So whatever the tempo is there, your brain starts going, and you don't need to be, you mean or whatever the fuck it is, a different tempo. So yeah, it can do that shit. Well, you gotta be yeah, and you can say that about anybody else, like a comedian should be professional, but when does the audience need to be respectful? Your job is to entertain, right? So that's what you paid for the money for, right? Yeah. So why do you also get extra? I mean, not being entertaining, I understand, but is it just you or is it everyone? If it's everyone, then I understand. But if it's just you and a couple friends, get the fuck out. Because you and Donald Trump and your fucking buddies want a time you're not having. No one else gets to have a time. They're all enjoying it. But you're there fucking frumpy and grumpy, like that's not how the song goes on the album. That snare was a little bit out of place. Oh my God. I paid $75 for these seats. You mean tell me the singer's going to be a bit late? This is my time. I don't care about a snowstorm in Chicago. My Christmas is going to be ruined. That's why artists like end up dead. Because the pressure we put on them. Okay, you gotta be in Australia Friday, you gotta be in Canada, you know what I mean? You gotta be that, this, and this, and this. Like, why? Are their records not working anymore? Is the streaming services not working anymore? Why don't we just do like a one live thing to kind of tie people over, and then we strategically place the places to go? Well, the people are gonna feel slighted. They're gonna have to feel slighted. I'm not running myself into the fucking ground and dying early. Tell you what, I missed you. I won't come back to Chicago. I'll hit somewhere else in Illinois. The next tour. Next tour, I won't go to there. I'll go somewhere else. Besides that, is that really the problem? Or if you can't make it there and make the fucking money to make the ticket, it's not just a matter of where I show up or whoever shows up, is it? Oh, God, if I was in Detroit, I don't have a car. I don't have any transport. And I might have enough for the ticket, for the fucking thing. Like, oh, shit. I'm not going to be spiteful. You know? I really want Steve Hofstetter to come here to Traverse and perform. Hopefully he will. He got really, I was like, he was talking about going somewhere. Are you going to go to Traverse? And he honestly did. It seemed like he pulled a little bit closer. You know, because he's interactive with his people, with his fans. And it seemed like he kind of pulled a little bit closer, like, well, one more date or something like that. That was a little bit higher. And I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah, I can't make that, though. I mean, that's so fucking close, but I don't have a car to get there. I have the cash. So, again, it's not just a problem. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys didn't come visit me. We didn't come visit a lot of people. Pantera didn't come visit a lot of fans. There was a time that was okay. Now it's like, you neglected me? Don't like, you know? What the fuck, man? But yeah, that pressure, and then on top of that, oh, this next album's gonna be so great. Fuck off. Why? Why is it gonna be so great? Well, that's the one album they were designed to get, like, you know, like Nevermind was the biggest album that Nirvana was ever meant to make, and nothing more. Oh, we were cut short. No one cut short of nothing. What did we lose with Jimi Hendrix? Not much. He came in, he made his stomp, he did his thing, and he checked the fuck out. We didn't get a chance to get bored with him, get tired of Firefly. Didn't get a chance to get, oh, fuck, this is so formulaic and old. You know? It was just like enough to capture the mind, like, oh, what's next season going to be like? And it's just gone. And then the movie comes out, and the movie's fucking dope. And like, well, what could it have been? Well, we don't know that they would have told the story correctly to get all the way through there, necessarily. But it did give me the idea that, like, you should start a movie, do a movie for the pilot. And they're fairly close to free to watch. You know? Try and make them not, again, the pilot of a TV show. Not a pilot like a movie. You know what I mean? It's a 2-hour, like, and did you enjoy the movie? Yes. Would you like to know more about the characters? No. That was a full story right there. That was enough of the story. I've had enough. Fuck yeah, I want to know. And then you get enough of those people like, yeah, I'd like to know that. I'd like to know. And then you get a fucking opinion poll of whether or not you got chemistry between the people and whether you should start a show. And the goal now becomes not to be a movie star and go from plot to plot to part to part to part, but to act for a living and to score a pilot that might be successful enough to get a pilot movie that might be successful enough to get a show that's steady work. And you get the fuck out of the way so you're not Timothy Chalamet in every goddamn fucking movie. We can introduce some new people. Him, he's busy with this one thing. He gets some breaks between here and here. And so he can do other pet projects and shit. But you got a main source of income that's not just like, I work for one day, you know, for a little bit of the time, and then I don't even work for another 2-3 years. And that's so much fucking money. So much fucking money. I just wish I could I'm getting typecasted. Yeah, you're going to end up getting typecasted anyway. So just find a dope ass role to live. You know, people would wish they had Oh, I wish I could have been the Joker. Yeah, I played a lot of roles, but none of them like really stand out like the Joker, you know, Joey, you know, Tribbiani, any of those fucking things. Is I would kill for just one. Like people that just, you know, whatever you've got, no one wants it. Whatever you got, everybody wants it, and you don't want it. You want what they got. It's the most fucked up world we live in, and it's all because of money. It's all because of money. Donald Trump is president because of money. He got away with all this stuff because of money. And the politicians that helped because of money. Epstein was arrested and like he was found out in 96. But someone was making money. They're like, how did he con? Oh, maybe they're afraid. Maybe they're perverts. Maybe Les Wexner's a fucking pervert. And this was his guy to get what he wanted. What he really wanted. He's like, you know what? We're having great parties here. Jeffrey, take over. Keep this train running. Just because I'm dead doesn't mean the party should stop. So apparently we're also worried about the Epstein Island, and they just found that in San Diego in like the last month they caught 163 people in trafficking, and like 120 were like children that they rescued. It's like 40 traffickers and like 100, and that's just in one city in San Diego. It's one group. This is not about race. This is about mentality. Some people have evolved against. We don't fight against flesh and blood. Remember, we fight against principalities. The idea of that being okay in God's kingdom. No, it's not. Is it? We can all search our hearts. No, that is not okay. That's why it's so fucking horrible, and why Trump is trying so hard. I guess he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't think anyone saw that. Doesn't think he knows. Or he is so fucking vile and evil that he really is the Antichrist. And he knows. Because this isn't our first time through. So he's forced to remember every time we go through it, he's like, fuck, here we go again. But if I can get, maybe, buy a little more time out of that fucking pit of hell, I go right back in as soon as it, as soon as this stuff goes. I have these fucking 80 years to convince all of you I'm not the fucking Antichrist. It's true, and I'm going to do it every time we live through this. When it gets to the end of forever and it has to do a factory reset, we roll the odometer and it starts with nothing. In the beginning, there's nothing. If you think it ends in entropy, you're not thinking far enough. If you can't think that far, you don't know shit. This thing that's forever is going to end? No. Just eventually we do everything that's possible, and it starts over. The only thing we haven't done, started over from zero. The only thing we haven't done. And then we'll start it over, and for eternity, we'll go through that. But do you think he wants to go through eternity, having to fight fucking Donald Trump, child pedophiles, and convince you all that it's not a good fucking thing? Convince you all to come back to the flock? Go through these events of the Bible. You think you want? No, we're not coming back here anymore. I don't know when it's going to fucking happen. I don't know when, whatever, but there's a new heaven and a new earth, and that means we won't be coming back to this fucking cesspool any goddamn more. Cheaters, liars, idolaters, sexual deviants. Understand, liking sex is not sexual deviance. Doing things like blowing Bubba, which might be a fucking goat or a dog. That's deviance. Children, and then shipping them off to other people. Suffer not. Hmm, 8 years old? You know we're watching you, and you're being tried for pedophilia. Can you just not control yourself? Kind of goes with what Epstein said about just banging his head against the fucking glass. 8 years old. Oh, what if it was actual fucking sting they have on the other fucking, you know what I mean? When the president ever called? Never. You think that was his idea to be nice and call? No. They probably had psychologists, and they probably might have got fucking, you know what I mean? Yep. Oh, yeah. Watching his behavior and having the child. 8. Yeah. Didn't even get that fucking with the flag. Eight-years old, bring them all. I think he said something that was not. It was not the right wording, especially being investigated for fucking by Epstein. It wasn't like, okay, put him on the line. Like, give him to me. It was something like, give him to me. One's 11, one's 8. Give him to me. But these are the same people that they're supporting him, are the same people that freaked out because Joe Biden was like, you know, massaging him. There's no context. He just had his hands on her shoulder. You don't even know for sure that he's massaging. If he was, if there's video, I saw the hand. If he was, there's also a video of him hitting on the fucking biker chick. And those bikers going, and she's like leaning in while he's massaging her shoulders, and he's just laughing away. And those bikers like, this old man's about to fuck my girl. She's not a real doctor. Like, she doesn't use a stethoscope. Jesus Christ, how inbred are you? What a doctor. He puts on a white lab coat and you fucking, that's a doctor. It's a doctorate. When you go to the doctor and he fixes it, or when you doctor a picture, you doctored it. So a doctorate is, yeah, if you doctored it, you doctored it. You changed it. You made it not real. You should have never got a fucking high school diploma. How's that feel? I'm guessing you cheated your way? I got C's. You cheated your way to C's? How fucking much of a failure are you? And even worse is you put that thing on the wall like you fucking did something. And even if so, I can tell you, school is so fucking easy in California and Louisiana, around the country, that I was bored to fucking tears from 7 on as I watched people not get it over and over and over throughout my entire academic career. Everybody understand? Yeah, let's go on. Fuck! I'm just going to go to sleep because it's going to go on for another 30 minutes. We're not going to get to this book. And you're going to graduate anyways. Because they don't care. Nobody fucking cares. How are you going to get fucking intelligent people from that kind of school system? That one, if you play football, you get the grades. Oh, right, because football brings in so much fucking money. That's right. High school football at that. High school football. You know, the big money, the big show. High school football. The priority of high school life. Just watching a teen fucking movie. It's never to get an education. It's never to be smart. The smart guys are fucking shit on. Smart guys are fucking dumped in a trash can, put in a locker. The meatheads. They're always the fucking cool guys, yeah? That's because intelligent people write for the fucking beautiful people. I was watching like a fucking D&D thing, and there's like, I mean, the people involved are like, they didn't feel like a real cohesive thing until they were doing like the Comic-Con type thing, and then everybody was there and whatever. I'm like, it's like the game or whatever. I'm like, so you hired a bunch of people to do Dungeons and Dragons, a game, who don't really fucking play Dungeons and Dragons? You know, there's people out there that play Dungeons and Dragons. You may not be like a name like that. That's all it takes, man, is just to have a name or a look. And you're golden in this fucking world. Nepo baby like Trump. Bush. On and on and on. The billionaires that you don't know their names of, but you know their children. Nepo babies, one and all. It's not your fault that you got all this opportunity. You know, you could have taken that and then that opportunity and shared. You don't have to be an actor, a singer, because your parents are. You could go into production and help other people. But that would be ridiculous, right? What's the benefit for you? How are you going to outshine your dad, your mom, whoever the one, or both? Because you're supposed to be, right? You're the kid of so and so and so and so. You have to be. Well, he's a rock star and she's an actor. You have to be a rock star actor. Little infant born baby that we have all of our hopes in for our future entertainment. Unborn thing. Oh, Beyonce's kid is going to be so smart, and they're going to be able to rap and sing like her. It's going to be so cute. Fuck. Jesus Christ, man. First off, their first kid is Solange's kid. That's why she hit him in the fucking elevator and then disappeared in the fake belly. He was fucking her sister. I'm not leaving my wife. You said you're leaving my sister. Go have an abortion. What are you gonna do? You gotta tell your fucking sister. You fucked her husband and are pregnant. And you're all famous. I know, fake pregnancy belly. It's my kid. But you better put one in me almost immediately afterwards. Yeah, okay. Fuck this place, man. so crooked and corrupt that even the nicest people, like, usually only doing it for a paycheck, and or aren't really all that nice. They're doing it so that people, like, when they die, they're like, oh man, that was one of the greatest people ever born. Oh, remember when weren't they so awesome for? A real leader would inspire people to start doing on their own because they're leading. You capitalize on people's strengths and weaknesses. Right, you're not as strong as the other, but you can probably handle the bookkeeping cool. You charge fucking, that's what a leader does. You're no less important or no more important. This whole thing is a unit. The medical profession runs on doctors and patients. If we, the patients, don't show up, fuck your hospital. Well, we're going to show it. Yeah, we're going to have to, aren't we? Because you make sure that you're the only fucking business in town, right? Then you lock everything down with insurance and then fucking put it up above our price range. Look at that, you got to have a job to get a fucking... And everything costs money. Your time is money. So getting food and living in the house is better than my house is not enough. You have to have a better car, a better life, a better wife, better children, better education, so that nothing ever changes to hurt your castle and your lineage. My lineage is destined to be the patients and the servants and the servile forever. That's just the way things are. I can't ever have a kid that's like fucking far smarter than you'll ever be. No, not from a peasant. No, naturally, natural intelligence will dominate book smarts any fucking day. If you look at it as a wrestler fighting against an MMA guy. Okay, here we go. BAM! That's not fair. I don't fucking care. This is a fight. No, the bell's rung. It's too late now. No, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I know, because I know how to wrestle and I know how to kick and punch. That's not fair. Who said there's fucking rules? This is a fight. Yeah, but you must get on here, put a leotard, and then grab me from behind so I can start that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You want to fight? Let's fight. All right, here are the terms. There are no fucking terms. I'm here. You want to fight? We're here. No, we gotta put some rules. There are no fucking rules. You wanted to fight. Here I am. There are no fucking rules. All's fair in love and war. Since you believe that, I guess if God lied to you, that'd be fair. We don't fight against flesh and blood. So if I lied to you, flesh and blood. The principle is that you're too fucking stupid to make it to the next level. You're one of the fucking people that deserves to be fucking trash. Otherwise, what? Those that have an ear would hear. You didn't hear? If you didn't have an ear, you didn't hear. If you didn't hear, how much do you think God gives a shit? Sin is disrespecting and disobeying God. That's sin. In the garden, don't eat that. One rule. Don't eat that. You will die. What happens to every human? Fucking die. And we're trying to figure out what? How to extend our fucking lives because we believe what? That we can live longer. Why? Why do you believe that your flesh can last longer? Why? So what? It was true. Because we die. And no one's beaten it yet. Please shut the fuck up until you know what the fuck you're talking about. Stop institutions and schools and all this other shit until you actually figure out that your leaders are fucking pedophiles. What good is all this fucking education and knowledge and shit for a fucking corrupt piece of shit government and system that fucks children? Well, you have a good... I don't want a good job if it means that you get to fuck children. Well, I don't want it if it means you get to fuck children. The food's free. You did all this, so we need you at all. Because you're useless. And you know that your behavior is fucking abhorrent. And you know that we would choke you to death with our bare hands if it weren't for laws preventing it. Right? Right. Someone fucked your kid, you're going to kill that motherfucker. They're saying, no, don't do that. The government wants to get a piece. Who the fuck are you? We're the law, and we're saying what's right. If he can possibly walk on this, can you prove to me? I don't have to prove shit to you, asshole. Just because you got a collar and a job and a title does not make you anything but a fucking human. A cocky, shitty human with a title. That's it. Aside from that, you're just flesh and blood, man. And you die like everybody else. I will not rise for your honor. Especially when you're dishonorable running a fucking system like this, making sure a system like this keeps going. You are not honorable. You obviously have no discernment. You're not a good judge of character. You decided to back the United States. The fuck is wrong with you? Definitely not a good judge. Why? Because this land is stolen land. And you can't judge that your forefathers were pieces of shit. Spare me your judgments and your laws and your beliefs. I've watched fucking white dudes yelling at fucking cops drunk. They didn't feel any fear. The guy's in his face. They try to take him down. 3 people on him. He won't go down. Finally, somebody steps in with a fucking taser. He still won't go down. And all I can think the whole time is if he had been black, he would have been dead as soon as he said, "You can't do this." Sir, back up. No, man, I'm not backing, and it's going to be, I'm afraid for my life. He came at me. I didn't know if he had a weapon and discharge. Yeah, you should have stopped. But this guy is standing in this cop's face, screaming at him, "Don't stop harassing my wife." Sir, I'm going to ask you to back off. Sir, I'm asking you to back up now, sir. Or what? You'll go to jail. Yeah, I'd like to see that. That's like watching, someone else tell their parent, "I'm not doing that. Fuck you, Dad." Okay, I guess I'll go fuck myself. What? Not to go Little John on you, but what the fuck was that? Parents, if you let your kids talk to you that way without a fucking smack, spare the rod, spoil the child. No wonder we have pieces of shit out there right now that would go through a fucking person who's helping you's account, set themselves as the fucking primary account, go through the email erase the email because they know what they fucking did was wrong, and they send a fucking confirmation note saying your primary account's been changed. Lucky for them, the passcode was the exact same, right? There's so many people that talk me out of leveling you. Fuck, I wanted to do it too. I think I'm gonna stop fucking resisting the urge to level fucking people from now on. At least give them a vocal warning that I'm about to. Because that's usually enough. They're not as strong as they fucking think they are. They're not as cool as they think. They're not as smart as they think they are. They just had something to say, and they've got nothing else. That's why you do that. And then you get in their face and go, say it again. Nothing to say? You're done. Was that supposed to embarrass me? That you're that fucking stupid? That you're that dumb? That little comment you made, that's supposed to embarrass me? Got nothing to say now. Nothing to say now. Why don't you stay shut the fuck up then? That's a good spot. That's what you do. You stay shut the fuck up until someone squeezes you for your fucking opinion. Fuck, it is hot as shit in here. I'm gonna go fucking turn the heater off. Get my water. Some pot. It's just interesting to think about how many people were told they were wrong by the experts. Yeah. No, that doesn't work. There's nothing. Years later to find out. The Big Bang Theory, you know why they were so opposed to the Big Bang Theory when it first came out? Because a preacher fucking came up with it. There was a guy who was a scientist and a religious person. They didn't want to credit that person as being possibly correct about something. Now it's the basic model without giving that person the credit. The Big Bang, everybody knows the Big Bang. Everybody knows the solar system. Everybody knows the precession of the stars, right? Everybody knows this. You know this. We all know this. Yeah, we all know this. How stupid are you? It was in the book. We all know this. It was all shoved into our heads by some outside source as knowledge. There's a difference between it works and it's true. See, the system works, and Donald Trump is fucking children, supposedly. The system is not a true system. It's a garbage system. It's not true democracy. We don't get to say what happens in it. Mr. President, I will release the Epstein files when I get into office. First term. Those fucking Democrats won't let it release. I have to get back in that office. They won't. I gotta get back in that fucking, yeah. What files? You're still talking about that files? Look, that guy was a scumbag. Okay? You know who really suffered? Me. You guys want to talk about Epstein. You don't even talk about me at all. And my fucking thing was way bigger, way better. Very wet from the standpoint of water. You know, some expertise talking. He knows more about fucking tornadoes than any meteorologist. Matter of fact, let's get rid of meteorology. Fucking, which one of those fucking stupid fucking bitches fucking thank Donald Trump for keeping the tornadoes or hurricanes away. Because of your leadership, we didn't have any tornadoes what? Hurricanes, didn't have any hurricanes this season. What? They didn't make landfall because Trump kept them away. If they made landfall, thank you for bringing on landfall because there's a new infrastructure we can build in that area. Killed 10,000 people. Thank you for freeing up so many jobs. The budget the economy is getting, how do you do it, sir? Judging by Christian, it's one thing I saw about the Republicans. When they're asking questions, they don't want you to answer. They want to flood you with questions. And they just call whatever you're saying bullshit. Like, and we'd like to explain that, like, yeah, sure. See, here you come lying again. Before it even comes to, like, so on Thursday, yeah, you're lying. So anyways, since you're not going to answer the question correctly, let's go ahead to the next question. And did you do this? And did you do that? And did you do this? And did you do that? And you do this? Yes or no is fine. And you do this and you do that. And then when it comes time for them to answer questions, you do this. What happened? Blah, 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 blah. And look, I just need to answer. And then and they talk over, you know. Their goal is to never stop talking. And then when your turn to talk, to never let you talk. The idiots at home, all they ever hear is your fucking version of this person going, yeah, but no. Hey, you can't. Dude, that question is, you're not even fucking letting me answer questions. You can answer yes and no and just keep on going. So, you know. Did you fall asleep on Friday? Yeah. So the court he admits he fell asleep on Friday. The fuck? Everybody sleep. What the fuck are you talking about? Not like you sleep. You sleep like an evil person. The fuck? If you'd been awake, I was in another state. It was your duty. That doesn't matter to them, does it? Because like with fucking the whole Benghazi, there wasn't the point to get truth. The point was to get people upset. They got all the answers out of her, like what, 20 some odd hours of questioning? No new information? But they're still going to dig? They won't fucking show the actual things because they're probably just asking the same questions over and over again and or sitting there with their thumbs up their asses. Because the point is, whatever she said is a lie. When she said from the very beginning, it was my job although that wasn't my job, it was my job to hire that person. I acknowledge that and I resign. Trump, that's not my fault. I hired that person. I said I was going to be the best people, but it turns out he's a loser. So yeah, get the heck out of here. So I got somebody else. This guy is going to do it. Okay, that guy turned out to be a fucking total loser too. You know, Donald Trump. That's why he's talking bad about Trump derangement syndrome. I've served in the White House before, and he's a fucking psychopath. Who wants to believe an asshole like him? Isn't he the one? Yeah, you were. You were in charge. Yeah, I get that because we were playing a game with you guys. Which hands the ball in, and that way we get our what I want. You know, we get what we want. So yes, we were fucking with you. The American government's been fucking with you. There have not been fair elections, at least since the Federal Reserve. But Mark Twain said if voting could do anything, it could change anything, they wouldn't let you do it. Mark Twain. Samuel Clemens. Fuck. Thomas Jefferson said, to keep things, there should be revolution. It just means to change, to revolve, revolution, to revolve, to rotate, to become a revolution of the way. Fucking Christ, oh my God. You realize that refugee does not mean you're not. Holy fuck. It's like having to fucking teach Americans English. They've been using this shit like, that's what that means? Seriously, I'm not even kidding. It's happened so many times. That's what that means? Because they're just using context clues because no one wants to admit that they're stupid and don't know what that means. No one wants to go, hey, even, you know, it's not stupid. It's like, what does that mean? They hear a word they've heard before. There was someone that they, you know, no one else around. Yeah, that was totally Kafkaesque. Completely. Yeah, no, totally, yeah. You can hear the fucking context is being used in. Okay, so it's bad. Okay, it's very bad. Okay, it's very bad. This dude's fucking Kafkaesque as fuck, man. What? That's not what that means, is it? Sad, depressed? No. I don't know what it means, but I'm pissed. Now that I know that doesn't mean that, I'm not as pissed. So I'm going to go home. But I can't act like I'm stupid, so I'm going to say I'm mad. And this time you're getting away with it. You just watch your ass. Next time, you decide to be right. Motherfucker, man. I'm just so glad it's coming to an end. It is coming to an end. It has to. This whole slow walking to revealing whatever's in the fucking files. 100 page of redaction. You might as well just whip out your cock and say, and photograph that, and then say, here's what I think of your fucking order. Take a photo and then handwrite on the fucking Polaroid. Here's what you can suck. And then photocopy that 100 times and send that in. That's why they blanked the whole fucking page, because they said, I believe it's like the 82 or 86 page document that you guys are looking for. But if they did line by line, you could see on the next one that it's not line by line, because it's just a big black box. Because some of those pages are blank to hide the fact that they're just pieces of paper to hide the fact that it's actually the 86 page that's been entirely and utterly redacted, the one you wanted that should not be redacted at all for any reason, but you don't know what it is. So we followed the law. We gave it over. We did. It was in that collection. When they forensically audit or whatever, we did. We turned it over. You just didn't get to look at it. You didn't say you wanted to read it. You said I had to turn it over and protect the victims. Well, I'm a victim, huh? I'm a victim of my own diseases and my own sickness in my own head. So I'm a victim, you see? So I can redact me from this. And they're all sick too. So it's not fair to hurt them because they have the same disease I have. We think we're God and that we can fucking do whatever the fuck we want to and we get away with it. And the reason we believe this is because we do. Standard Oil, AT&T, all the monopolies that had to get broken up into other fucking companies that are slowly merging back together in other bastardized forms after conglomerating with other fucking things. Instead of owning all media, they decided to own all these different fucking things right here. And then all these fucking things right here and all these fucking things right here. And then they'll come together where they own every goddamn thing. We buy you and you. It's like a strategic, you see what I'm saying? Okay, we can't have all the telephones. Okay, so you got these telephones. We got these telephones. Can't have all the cable. You guys have this cable. And then when we fucking merge, it doesn't look like we're taking it all. And then these two come down, and then those two merge. Food, entertainment, all this shit covered. No nonprofits. That's their plan. It's not going to fucking happen. And if you think that Donald Trump would not nuke America to get away with this bestiality, he has to be fucking, it has to be so much worse than anything we've ever thought. And I was pretty positive he had fucked his daughter. And it has to be worse than that. Because he does not want that to come forward. They were willing to fucking close the government so she couldn't put her name on there while they come up with another strategy of what to do. Because they know that it's going to come, it's going to go through. What do we do? Are you shredded everything? Well, we think so. Because they're stupid. They don't understand that the fucking Department of Justice, just because it's in their hands right now, doesn't mean everything they've got is everything that they've got. Jack Smith, man, he ain't going away. And isn't it interesting that America and Israel don't recognize the International Court? Jack Smith can still find him guilty of crimes against humanity. Then it'd be up to us to do something about it because America does not recognize their authority. If it was, they could just come in and get his ass. But we've got the most army, you know, we've got the biggest fucking army. So we'd like to see you take our leader, the pedophile, who will fight to defend him and all his fucking Mike Johnson. It's coming out whether they want it or not. And God already knows. I know they don't believe in him. God already knows everything they've done. So, yeah, I was thinking about doing some music, and it's been 1 hour pretty much right on the dot. So, end this one, and maybe do another one in a little bit. See how I'm feeling. I'm feeling kind of shitty, so maybe go sit down and relax for a little bit. Can't wait for this shit to be done. Just fucking sickening. I just want to fucking, enjoy life. And I can't because of America, because of people. Doesn't seem very fair to me. Again, I'm not the problem. I realize today I am not the problem. This country was divvied up and everything was done before I got here. Planes were flying in the sky before I got here. Slavery had happened before I got here. People hated black people before I got here. And so being biracial just fucking further reflected that. Something my parents probably never even gave a fucking thought about. I'm sure we were supposed to be, I was thinking about that last night. I'm sure we could show everybody that love could actually be a good thing. Great. You know what they do to those people? They shoot them. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. They kill them. So if I were to stick my head up, it'd get blown off. This place is pathetic, man. Just fucking pathetic. And a far cry from what it could and will be. So rejoice in the coming of the Lord, because there's a new heaven and new earth on the way, and no assholes allowed. And it's going to be great. As I said, you'll go to ponder them. The former things that passed away. Maggots, you're not going to heaven. You're not. As I said, food stamps is not. Food stamp fraud. Food stamps is for every dollar, they're pulling back $1.50 to $1.80. It's profit. With all the scam that might be in there right now. It's turning a profit with the scam. There is no victim here. It's not like if all those people don't show up, you're going to up my food stamps amount. Yeah. If they show up, they will decrease as long as the money is not commensurate to fucking keep it. Where mine, they will decrease because they have a pot and there's like, you know, so yes, if there is somebody, but it's not going to, I'm not going to be like, oh, now there's like, you know, 5 people, 20 people, however many people are on there right now. I still get enough to eat per month. And if there are be a mad rush of fucking phonies, about what, $20, $30? It's not that they're fucking and tightening the rules and stuff like that. It just makes it more difficult on me. They don't care. For some reason, the whole guns kill people, people kill people and guns don't, doesn't extend to anything else. Like women don't rape themselves. Yeah? Children aren't just in wombs. Took 2 people to do that, not 1. So if you made a mistake, both of you made a mistake. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think you made a mistake and they made a fucking home run? But they don't regret it also. My ex-wife was like, this kid's the best thing. I'm like, you're goddamn right. That's the only reason I stayed. You think I was staying for you? And the wonderful you-ness of the fucking, no. I would do pretty much anything for those kids. Including letting them go because you're driving it so fucking crazy that they can't tell what's true and not. So if I bow out, at least they only have one reality in their head. As much as it'll hurt me. Love is willing to sacrifice. So ladies, if you're not willing to sacrifice anything, who do you love? Why get someone else there to help you fucking love yourself more? Guys, if You're not going to fucking pick one lady. At least tell her from the very beginning. No joking around. Like, I don't sleep with one person. See if they want to stick around. See if they don't stick around. You know why you got to lie? Because you're a piece of shit. And they don't like you and they don't want you. But you lie and then you make them say, oh, yeah. Just you and me. Because if you're honest with yourself, you're not that good of a person. If you were that good of a person, that awesome of a dude, your girlfriend probably like, I brought my friend, she has to see this. You should just watch, either or. But she has to see this. You're that fucking great at this. There's no need to cheat or lie or tell someone you're going to do something else that you're not going to do. Thereby causing them to question their fucking sanity. As you constantly tell them, no, you're insane, you're crazy. I'd never, ever do something like that. And you're doing something like that. We don't need you. No one needs you. No one likes you. No one wants you. It's been crazy. There are people that want to do that, you know? But you don't like it unless you're deceiving. There's the deviance. Unless you're tricking someone, unless you're basically abusing someone, you don't have any fucking joy in it. They know each other. It's not fucking. They know about it? Yeah. You get to sneak around? Why don't you pretend to sneak around with it? It's not the same. I need that thrill of almost getting caught. We don't need you. The universe. Reality. We don't need you. We were here first, and we'll be here after you. You were born, you live, you proved who you are, and you die. You're born, you live, you prove who you are, and you die. And if the universe calls you back, you got the fucking spot. In the big show. The really big show. The one this whole thing's been about. If not, you're a fucking possible cast member. Red shirt. Grocer number 3. Guy at the back of the bus talking too loudly about aliens. One of the thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the crowd that just like, holy shit, that was a huge crowd. Well, let's make prove it. The white hat, yeah, fuck that. I was there. No, I saw it. So did I. But I was right there, so great. What was it? A man? Yeah? Or a woman talking or performing? Oh, and you were there. Yeah. You realize the only thing that's important about that is because it's been broadcast around the world, so now everybody knows, and so now it's a fucking token. You can share most people like, I was there when Kurt Cobain, you know what I mean? But if like TV and radio weren't there, you're like, I was there when Kurt Cobain did. The fuck is Kurt Cobain? I'm in Louisiana. What the fuck are you talking about? You ever heard of Sean Bryce? See, it doesn't make a big of a deal unless they're an international star, does it? You were just at a fucking party and there's a band playing. No, this was a Dale. How do you know? Without fucking, without this entire system that's ways in broadcasting, it's just be a local musician. Why is that? Why is it so important to be global superstar? It's not. Most of them go, I never thought I'd go this far because they didn't expect to go this far. They didn't want it to go this far. The record company promotes, tells you what you want. You win goddamn triple diamond, man. Everyone loves you. What it is like you're making tons of cash and we can make more out of you. If one of you should fucking keel over, especially mid fucking performance or mid recording, that would really help us out. It would really help us out. You guys, drug addicts. No, one of you will be for too long. We'll get someone around you. And not trust us. I can't say the first album was pretty good, but the second album was like, have you ever tried this? Whatever it is, You ever tried one of these? Yeah, that's a great album, isn't it? And then he slowly went off the rails. Then she slowly started flipping out. That's when people started noticing. Anyways, I'm going to hit out 111. 1, 1, 1. Come on, mouse. Always goes to sleep on me.